these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these caps.
And I'm just like you.
We fulfill the prophecies.
And I'm just like you.
You might be light, I might be dark.
But I'm just like you.
We kill each other over colors.
Damn, I'm just like you.
I'm in these ghettos, in these
And
slums.
I'm just like you.
They call you nigga, call me spick.
And I'm just like you.
You was 1619, I was 1492. We getting shot in these streets.
And I'm just like you.
We getting locked by these
And
caps.
I'm just like you.
Welcome to FCN Quick News of the Day. I'm your host, Officer Azaniah, and in today's news, we got WNBA player.
People don't tune into WNBA because players are predominantly black.
Are what?
Predominantly black. Unlike cute and white and straight soccer players.
Bring that out.
A female basketball player suggested people don't tune into WNBA like they do for the national soccer team because most players are black.
Are what?
Black,
So we see racism still in sports, right? Read.
tall, and gay.
Come on.
It's 70% to 80% black women. A lot of gay women. We're tall, we're big. And I think there's just maybe this intimidation factor with that. People are quick to talk about it, judge it, put it down. In soccer, you just don't see that just based on how they look. Scroll down. Bird's response comes from after CNN asked her about girlfriend and soccer star Megan Rapinoe's comments that the female soccer league draws viewers because most players are white girls next door.
So you see racism is still in sports, that they rather support soccer, which is which is not predominantly what most viewers watch in America, but they would mostly watch people of their own color and their own complexion because it feels good to them. It's familiar to them. Now let's go in the scriptures real quick. Go to 2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 12. Let's see if this is our custom or not.
2 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 12. For he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself and brought the chief young men under his subjection and made them wear a hat.
So what we're reading about is back during the Greek times. The Greek time is where you get, sports like discus and stuff like that. Discus, shot put, and now we took it in today's term, and now now is modern day sports. So the Greeks came up with that that knowledge, and even wearing the hats, where as soon as you get drafted, what you put on the hats. Read on.
Now such was the height of Greek fashions, an increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason.
So we see that sports is a heathenistic custom. It's not an Israelite custom. It's not a custom for black, Hispanics, or Native American Indians. Read on.
Of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest, that the priest had no courage to serve any more at the altar, but despising the temple.
But they did what?
Despising the temple.
So as long as you're pursuing sports, you're going to completely ignore what's inside and what's written inside the Bible. So now, since you like the custom of these other nations, guess what you're going to become? You're going to become an entertainer. Watch this. Go to Psalms chapter 137, and let's read verse 1.
Psalms chapter 137 and verse 1. By the rivers of Babylon that were sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion.
We wept when we remember Zion. Read.
We hung our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captives required of us a song.
Entertain us. So this is not your custom, but when you came over here on this side of the earth, the only thing that they looked at blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians that they're good for is to entertain them. That's why majority of us, it says what? Go back to the article real quick. Go back to the article, scroll back up. It says from 60 to 80% right here. It's 70 to 80% black women. So this is what we're reading about. We're reading about the prophecy being fulfilled. And because you're in captivity and you were set to entertain them in this captivity, guess what's going to happen? Go to Leviticus chapter 26 and let's read verse 17. Let's see what God says about what they would be doing when you're entertaining them in captivity. Read.
Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 17. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies.
Read.
They that hate you shall reign over you.
And they're gonna reign over you. The people that's gonna that hate you, they're gonna rule over you, and they're gonna be able to give you jobs to where they entertain you, where their hatred is still there, to where they're gonna watch some white girl next door playing soccer and kicking the ball. All this is by design from the Most High God, because we didn't want to keep the commandments. Now go to 2 Peter chapter 2 and let's read verse 3.
2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 3. And through covetousness,
greed,
shall they with vain words make merchandise of you.
So because of covetousness, their covetous desire of them wanting to make money, they're going to fake it. They're going to fake like they love you. Read.
Whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
So God says, because they are doing this to you, God says their judgment is going to come back to them. Read it again.
The book of 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 3. And through covetousness shall they with vain words make
fake words,
make merchandise of you.
And they're going to make merchandise of you. That's why when you look at us, they give us what? Money, and they take our names in the back of the jerseys and they will sell it. They make merchandise of us. They see us as merchandise. Read that again.
And through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not.
So now go to Romans chapter 1 and verse 26, because we also read about in the article where it was what? Predominantly tall, black, and gay. Now let's see, what does the Bible say about that?
Romans chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause God gave them up to vile affection.
So God gave them up to vile affection, because God is not with that homosexuality or girl on girl carpet munching. Read.
For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
So when you're doing customs that's not originally meant for you, that God never ordained for you, your natural use of you being a woman, you being soft and smell good and just have a certain aura about yourself, is going to turn into a manly aura. That's what sports do to our women when they dive into sports. Read it again.
Romans chapter 1 and verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections.
And God called it what? Vile. Nasty. Read.
Vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Now, let's go to Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
So that's why they will never love you, and that's why Black lives will never matter, because this is not your rest. You got to wake up from that mindset of you wanting to dribble a ball. Pick up a book, be a scientist, be a doctor. There's many other things that you could do besides to entertain and be hated while you're entertaining. Read.
Because it is polluted.
Because it is polluted.
It shall destroy you.
Their sports is going to destroy you.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.